Hello, 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 hello. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, we're live. We're live. Wait, hold on. There we go. Now we're live. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, January 25th. We're gonna do a little live hangout tonight. What is up? Bring that over there. Bringing it over here. There we go. And live chat. Okay, looks like we're all good to go. Hope you guys can hear me okay. How's everybody doing? It's a nice winter's day out there. Winter's night. It's nice and snowy where I am. I just got inside with taking the dogs out, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a Wednesday night live stream. Didn't do one last week because I just didn't do it. But I said that I would do them like whenever, so I felt like doing one tonight. Doing a little bit of a live stream. What's new? I don't know. I don't know what's new. Nope, can't think of anything. But let's see. Hi, Produce, Robert, Jupiter, Simple Life, Cicely. All right. Jen, Linda, Ava, Sophia. All right. So, what's the topic tonight? What are we talking about tonight? I figure I'll do a quick live stream. I wanted to do a little, at least a little bit. So maybe like half an hour or so. Good night from Trinidad. All the way in Trinidad. Nisha. You had a I don't think I have any allergies. I got poison ivy once. That's it. You had a severe reaction when you walked in some seaweed. I wouldn't go walking through seaweed just because I don't like going in the water. And when I was a little kid, I got seaweed wrapped around my leg, and I thought it was like a sea monster, and I ran out of there. And I would only go in like swimming pools after that. This month is your 7-year vegan anniversary. S Moon, congratulations. 7 years. Vegan at Target. No, I never got the log splitter. You know what I did? I just, I've been putting like cylinder pieces of wood that are doable. Like the biggest one was maybe like that big, but most of them are like that. And instead of just like cracking them so they're more efficient, I've been chainsaw. Well, before it snowed, like about a week and a half ago, I chainsawed some wood in the back where all the trees are, because there's a bunch of trees that are already down. So I don't even have to cut any trees down. I just go to the ones that are already down, and I start sawing them in about probably that long, and then I I don't know. Did I already tell you the story? I might have already told you guys the story last time. I don't remember. But I've got a ride-in lawnmower. It's brand new. Actually, Rachel got it for the house last year. It's out in the shed, and it's down the hill. Stop me if I already told you this story, because I can't remember if I did or not. So I'll be looking to tell me to stop if I already told it. But there's a wagon that my brother gave me for it. So I was just putting a bunch of wood on there and driving it all the way up my driveway and start stacking it in the garage because I need it to dry out if I'm going to burn it. I'm trying to be efficient. I've got the heat in my house like as low as it can go. It's like at 62 degrees, but I have fires going in the fireplace like all the time. So that at least does it for me. But then when I go to bed, it's like it's freezing in my room and I'm like under all these covers, and I don't like to, I like to keep all the heat in. But anyway, so I pulled the lawnmower wouldn't start up. And I didn't know if it was maybe because of, I don't know, the gas, whatever. So I pulled it out. Down, it comes down a little slope, and then I put the brake on, and then I couldn't I couldn't start it. And then I realized it was the battery. The battery was dying. And then the people that lived here before me, they left a battery charger in the shed. So I grabbed that. I don't even know if it was working. And I hooked that up to the battery. I'm not a mechanic or anything. I just opened the lid and I'm like, well, there's battery. I'll try to. And there was acorns in there too. Okay. So our friendly squirrels are burrowing acorns in the engine of a brand new John Deere. So I hook it up to the battery charger and it's at like 50%. So I try to start it. Doesn't really do much. So I'm letting it go for about an hour and then I come back. It's like 68%. So I'm like, and there's no snow on the ground, but it's starting to like ice rain on me. And I'm like, okay, and I can't push this lawnmower back up the little slope because even if I was strong enough to do it, which, I was sliding in the mud, the grass was coming out from under my feet and I just wasn't able to do it. So now I'm like, great. And I live alone. There's nobody here to help me. So like, how am I going to get this in the shed? And it's starting to rain out and, it's a brand new lawnmower. So anyway. Oh, this is a new story. Okay, great. Thanks, Linda. I'm looking to see when you guys are telling me to stop. So anyways, I'm looking around. I'm like, what can I do? Because it's going to start getting dark out. I don't really know any of my neighbors. I've only talked to one neighbor since I've lived here. And I don't know what to do, So am I going to have to grab a tarp and put it over the lawnmower and let it snow on it? I don't know. So then I started thinking there's like, I don't know. There's like a little embankment and I had to move a bunch of the wood that I was trying to split with the axe. And I'm like, should I try this? I probably shouldn't. Knowing my luck, I probably shouldn't. But I was thinking about driving my car on the lawn over to try to jumpstart it. And I'm like, I could do that, but it's so like the grass is so wet and muddy. I probably won't get my car out of here. And then what am I going to do? So I decided against that idea. And then I'm like, come on, what would MacGyver do? And I don't know. I don't know what MacGyver would do, but I'll tell you what I did. I decided to strategically, because I'm on a hill, strategically turn the lawnmower around by myself. So this was like one of the best workouts I've got. It's totally leg day. And I can't push it back up into the shed because there's too much of a hill, but I'm able to push it towards my car. But then there's another little hill, but I think I can do it. So I'm pushing as fast as I can and I get it almost up there and then I slam on the brake. So it's just sitting there. And I'm like, please let these jumper cables be long enough. So I bring my car as far as I can. And I'm making a short story long, but that's just how I tell stories. So, because I don't want to leave out any details. So then I take the jumper cables and I put it up to, I'm freezing. My hands are numb. It's raining, freezing rain. And I put the jumper cables on it and I turn my car on and I turn the engine on the lawnmower and first try, it just starts right up. I'm like, it was the battery. I guess that's better than the engine. So take them off. Now I'm ready. I don't want to turn this engine off while it's on. So I start working. I start loading up the wagon with wood. I'm bringing it up, stacking it in there so it can dry up in the garage. And then I decide my better judgment is I left the tractor in the garage rather than putting it back in the shed because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it back out there. But at least in the garage, I'd be able to jump it real easy. So that's my story. So I got a bunch of wood in the garage that's been drying out. I didn't get a wood splitter. But again, I've got wood all over the property, wood that's already laying down. I just go out there with the Texas chainsaw. Massacre some of them trees that are already down and just been stacking it up. But now that it's all rainy, snowy, I got to kind of deal with what I already have. Is it going to do that again to me? Hopefully not. Oh, that's a good idea. First time watching movie reactions. So like I'd be watching the movie as I'm doing the reaction, or I'd watch the movie and then I'd come back and tell you guys my reactions. That would be fun. I like reactions anyway. The jump start worked. Yep. And it had nothing to do with MacGyver. I'm not really familiar with the charger, but it's something that you can carry around. You can either plug it in. I plugged it in, and it's got two little, the clamps on it, and then you can even put USB stuff in it and stuff like that. But I actually grabbed the power cable, an extension cord, and I plugged it right in. So it was directly connected to electricity, and it still didn't work. But the car charged it really, really good. So I don't know, maybe the battery with just being out in the cold like that and not starting for so long probably did it. But yes, I got some new videos. I've been working on a video today. Today I did a video like a day in the life, a vlog, and what I ate today. Not really what I eat in a day, because today was a little bit different. Today's my birthday. So it's a little bit different from what when I normally eat. Not too much different when I normally eat, but a little bit different. So I just wanted to show you what I ate today on my birthday. So I'll have a video for that. It won't be done today, so I'll give you guys my birthday vlog. Hopefully tomorrow if I can get that done. And I did one another. If you guys like the vlog style, I did another vlog a couple days ago, because it was my dad's and my birthday are only 4 days apart. So it was his birthday on the 21st. I did a little vlog with the family over there, and I posted it on my second channel. So if you guys want to check that one out, you gotta go to the second channel, the Chris Cooney one. You can check that out. Thank you. You got to keep batteries on the float charger. I don't even know what that means. Oh, a vegan cupcake. That looks good. So I don't know if I want to ruin the video, but I'll tell you one thing. It's on the video that I'm going to post, but I'll tell you guys since we're here live. And I feel bad, but this is an example of what can happen when you're vegan. And this has happened to me. I mean, this has happened before in the past, and this was one of my biggest fears back in the, not anymore, because I'm different. I'm a whole different person than I was when I was younger, when I went vegan, and I was very shy back then, and I didn't have a lot of confidence either. I'm the opposite of that now. But back then, my biggest fear was going somewhere where somebody went out of their way to do something for me and it wasn't vegan. How am I going to break the news to them? I was so afraid of that. And that kind of stuff happened to me a couple times. So I use that experience to tell other people how to deal with that. But tonight, my mom, which is kind of crazy because I've been vegan this is my 29th year being vegan. So she's lived with me all this time, and she knows. She went through a lot of work to make me an ice cream cake, a vegan ice cream cake. And she said it cost like $25 for all the ingredients. It was super heavy. She pulls it out of the freezer, puts it down for, she's going to put candles in it tonight. And she shows me what she put in it. And my little niece, Katie, is looking at it. She goes, "Grammy, this isn't vegan." And she's like, "Yeah, everything there's vegan." And I look over and I'm like, "You didn't put that in there, did you?" And she's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, it's in the cake? And she's like, "Yeah." And it was like Hershey's caramel sauce. And I'm like, "Mom," And I turn around and I look at it. And sure enough, it had skim milk in it. I'm like, Mom, this isn't vegan. And she felt so bad because like nobody there could eat it because we're all vegan. And I'm like, Mom, I feel bad, but I'm not going to make an exception. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, my dad's like, I got a whole cake to myself, you know? But anyway, I felt bad. So she figured something out really quick. To make up for that, well, not really to make up because I didn't really care. I wasn't upset. I was like, it was kind of funny. I'm like, Mom, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I don't even really need cake. Don't believe me. So she's like, I go, don't feel bad. But she came up with a remedy to that. But I'll leave that for the video when you guys watch the video. You'll see what she does instead. I can't give away all the secrets. You tried the Beyond Meat crumbles and you didn't care for them. I don't really care for Beyond Meat either. I would rather the video I did with the Dr. Prager's, my Harvest Burger. I would much rather go for something like that or make my own from like tofu. I don't really care for the Beyond, and when it's available, I usually don't eat it anymore. I had quite a few when they first came out, but I don't really care for it, to be honest. I'm glad that it exists. Let me just say that. And then I got a little update that I want to let people know on. I don't know if anybody else saw the comments or anything, but the vegan line from Tabitha Brown at Target, there was one item, three items, the cream cheeses, and I tried it and it was really good. Okay. But then I realized somebody else brought it up, and I realized that the last ingredient in it is niacin. Not niacin, but niacin, Nisin. And I came across that ingredient at Trader Joe's just a few years ago, and I did a video on it because everything I looked up about it indicated that it wasn't vegan. So I'm like, I can't imagine that this would be vegan. So I wrote to Target. I called Target and I asked them, and they said they would get back to me. And then they didn't get back to me. So I called them again and I said, like, this is, hopefully this is, kind of urgent. So not urgent like it's an emergency, but like, I really need to know this. Not only that, but like I bought the product and I haven't touched it since. And it's open, and I don't want it to go bad if it's, if it is vegan. So finally, after about a week and a half or however long I posted that video, they got back to me the day before yesterday. And they said, sure enough, it is vegan. It is derived from vegan. And I was still kind of like hesitant. I'm like, do they even know? Because it's a very ambiguous ingredient when you really look into it. And for what I understand, I don't really see any vegan ways of doing it. But then I read up another article, because a lot of these articles are from like early 2000s and 2012 and stuff. But I found a more recent article where they started using niacin, a vegan version, for more of these plant-based foods that they're doing. A lot of plant-based meats and plant-based dairy alternatives and stuff like that. So that made me feel better, and I had some more of that today. So it is vegan. So that's just something else that, you got to really, when you find things like that, you got to do the research. But like if there's an ingredient, like the way I see things is like, if there's an ingredient that you got to do that much homework just to find out if it's vegan or not, do you really want to even be eating it? Like, I feel like the food that we eat should be we should easily be able to look it up and see what it is exactly, how it was made. And I don't know. It also tells me that that's definitely not her recipe, because like, who cooks with niacin? Or not niacin. Anyway. Float chargers, just a trickle charges to maintain. See, yeah, I don't think I have access to any of that stuff. Plus, it's a shed that's like way out on the other side of the property. I'm getting a call from an unknown number. Who would be calling me at this hour? Deviant. Yeah, I don't like the guardian fish things either. I don't really like fishy stuff, to be honest. So, my friend that was staying here, he bought a bunch of like different crab cakes and stuff and left them here. And I just gave them to the dogs. And that's another thing I want to talk. Maybe I should do a whole video on that, but not happy about it. But a certain product that I use changed their ingredients, and it's no longer. It's no longer. I don't think I can use it anymore. Joseph Michael, I don't know. I would like to, but I don't know. I'm not like a planner. I'm supposed to be going to Expo West. I mean, I signed up for it, but I still haven't bought a plane ticket or know where I'm going to stay. So, yeah. Jackfruit is also a thing that I'm not, yeah, it's hit or miss. I'm not like a huge fan of jackfruit. But I will tell you that there's the brand Jack and Annie's, which make their stuff from jackfruit, and you can't even tell. They have the vegan sausages, meatballs, and the chicken nuggets. They're like one of the best, imitation foods that are out there. Their chicken nuggets are on spot. Their sausages are probably the best that I've had. And the only reason why I don't really buy them that often is because they're a little bit expensive. I ain't no millionaire, and if I was, I'd probably just like buy whatever, but I can't. There we go, Ralph, using the old slang. There go. Let's bring that back. Are these go? Yeah, the Darien brand. I like the Darien brand of chicken. You like the crab cakes, Deviant? Okay. Do I think Banana Girl is too hardcore? No, all the more power to her. Thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. Thank you guys. Is there a movie that made me laugh so hard it hurt? Um, yeah, probably. Lately, I don't know. I don't think lately, but when I was younger, there was movies. I can't think of one off the top of my head of a movie that made me laugh so hard. No, no, I don't. I don't recall laughing like that with those. Pretty in Pink. Zoolander was pretty funny. Zoolander and I don't know, Step Brothers. What else? Oh man, there's certain certain parts of movies like the whole movie I don't think was that wonderful, but like when Ben Stiller was in the movie Heavyweights, I thought that was pretty funny. Um, Anchorman, the first one, yeah, that was funny. I laughed at that. Super bad, yeah, okay. Super bad probably was, yeah. Super bad was probably I probably laughed till I cried in that one. Yeah. You know what other movie is a good movie that I like to watch every once in a while is 40-year-old virgin is Buffalo 66. Is this a shifter car? You drive a shifter car? I drive cars that shift themselves, a Cadillac Eldorado. McLovin. Heavyweights when Adam Sandler's like this crazy health hero and he's like, I'm dogging it, Pat. I'm dogging it. And he's carrying it like a log. I burst out laughing at that part. Yeah, I would agree. Vincent Gallo would make me feel uncomfortable, but that movie right there was that was a pretty genius movie. That was a good movie. Brown Bunny, on the other hand, Napoleon Dynamite. There's a good one. That one also made me laugh out loud. LOL. React to Frozen. I probably should because I've seen most of Frozen, but I haven't seen the whole thing. Maybe I should watch it with my niece. Am I going to watch Groundhog Day on Ground? Probably not. But I've seen it enough times. I've seen that movie enough times. That would be a movie that I think that would be a cool movie that I would be okay if they remade it, if they did it right. There's so many movies I don't think that they should remake though, but who am I? I'm sorry, but I can't recall the opening of Pet Detective, and that's a movie that like I think I only saw like once or twice, like whole movie. Like I know certain parts of it, but I'm not like an expert at Ace Ventura. Thank you for the super chat. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Shia? Shia? Thank you. I appreciate that. Danny, she doesn't live here anymore. Yeah, John Hughes. Yeah, Breakfast Club, Home Alone. Happiest vegan on earth. What's up? I haven't seen Frozen 2 either. No. I should give a review. Should I give a review of Frozen 2? The problem is I can't do a video of it because they would, if I was watching Frozen in a video, they take my video down. It is. This is zombie time, right? Yep. Hmm. Frozen 2 made you cry? Do I use a tofu press? I never press my tofu. I do not like to press my tofu. No. But if you are going to press your tofu, just use either a kitchen towel or some paper towels and like a couple books would work. If you don't care about the books, you don't want the books to get wet, have like a clean cover on it or put a piece of plastic between it. But yeah, I don't use tofu press. Did I like The Invitation on Netflix? I'm trying to remember what that is, and I do think I've seen it. That wasn't the one with the kids and they went to their grandparents' house and it wasn't really their grandparents, was it? Total spoiler alert. Or was that the other one where they went to like kind of like a house party and then it was that one, wasn't it? Um, Wayne's World. Oh, it's the one with the restaurant. I'd have to look it up. I think I saw it, but I can't think of what it is. I've seen so many movies. I could do a live stream where I watch a movie on my end and everyone starts theirs at the same time. Yeah, but how many people do you think would actually do that? Maybe like two or three? And then everybody would be coming into the live stream being like, what's going on? It's like, shh, we're watching Ace Ventura. What part are you at? By the way, that popcorn, that Tabitha Brown popcorn, super, super, super good. I've only tried one kind, the garlic cheddar. And I'm not even a popcorn guy, but I guess I am now. The Invitation. Did I not see it? Maybe I didn't see it. My favorite zombie flick. Well, it's going to go, for me, it's going to go to the original Night of the Living Dead. But I also like, there's so many zombie films I really like. I mean, George Romero with Dawn of the Dead. And I love 28 Days Later, although some people will say it's not a zombie film. I'm going to go with it. That's one of my favorites as well. And if you guys want a really intense opening scene, the opening scene, the first 10 minutes of 28 Weeks Later, I think is one of the best. Put yourself in that position. Holy... Yeah, that's not... I'm not watching The Last of Us because I see that, what, are they doing it like episode by episode? I'm going to wait until it's all out there and just binge it. I've never been to Vegas. It's funny because I was just talking about that. I've never been there. And the song they're playing for that too. It's the same song they play at the end. It's called In the House. In the House in a Heartbeat. And it's the same song they play at the end of 28 Days Later. Where Cillian Murphy's up against, you know, the biggest foes in the movie weren't even the zombies. But that's how George Romero movies were too. The first two episodes are pretty good. Well, they only have 2 episodes out, right? Yes, it is a rage virus, exactly. I liked I Am Legend as well. I didn't like the CGI, but the movie itself I really liked. I've never been to Ireland. No, I've I've been to Germany, and I've been to Canada, and I've been to places down in like the Caribbean, and that's about it outside the United States. Do I have a favorite vegan band? No. I mean, well, I don't know if they're still vegan, but when I first went vegan, I really liked Shelter, hardcore band, and I ate vegan food with them, prasadam, at a couple of their shows back in the 90s, early 90s. So that would probably be. And, I don't know if like the whole bands are vegan as far as certain bands. I don't know. I like Rise Against. And yeah. But yeah, AFI, Davey Havoc, he's a vegan, and actually he's from the next city over in Rochester. Is Jared Leto vegan? I don't think he is. I think he's more of a Chegan, is what he describes himself. But I don't think he's a real vegan. But he did talk about veganism for a quick minute there at one point. And I do have two friends that actually, I don't know what you call it, a catered, or not really catered, but we're a food chef for him. And they said that he's very picky about what he ate, and that, everything was vegan. So who knows? Yeah, Shelter is a Hare Krishna band, hardcore band from like the hardcore scene way back in the 90s. And yeah, I met them a few times, and we ate with them, and when I was a teenager, I listened to all their music, and I loved it. I still love it. So Mike V was vegan for a bit. I know of Davey Havoc. Yes. You've been a fan of AFI since 15, so that means 21 years, right? The my so-called life days. Jared Catalano. Wait, yeah. Jared Leto. Wait. Jordan Catalano. Angela. You heard Anthony Keats. There's a lot of people that might be vegan that there's, who knows. And some people that might be just doing it for a little bit, which is always a bummer. A lot of people say it, so I just try to, yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I think, what's his name? Longtime vegan, Richard Marks. And I saw him. I'll tell you the story. I was at Disney World. I think it was Epcot Center that day, and we were over by a stage, and we were figuring out what we were going to do next. And he came out on stage as kind of like a test. Not like nobody was there. Nobody was sitting in front watching or anything, but he came out there, and I was like, I look over, and then he did like a test thing, and I'm like, that sounds like that's Richard Marks. Oh my God. Guys. And they didn't even know who's Richard Marks. I'm like, Guys, that's Richard Marx. But I heard that he's vegan, so that's awesome. And you know who else I heard is vegan? Been vegan for like probably longer than I've been alive. Is, well, maybe not that long, but Bryan Adams. It was the summer of 60. You know, he's been vegan since 69. I don't know if it was that long, but he's a long time vegan. All right, so according to Coughlin, Anthony Kiedis is not a vegan. But what about Steven Tyler? Is he a vegan? Oh yeah, Fugazi. That was another sitting in the waiting room. I am a patient boy. Oh, I haven't heard Blur in freaking what, 25 years, 23 years. Oh, you follow Richard Marx and you didn't know he was vegan? Oh, right here waiting. So right here waiting for you is probably one of his most famous songs. But the one that I really liked is it's a cool song, but I think it's about this backwoods murder, and it's called Hazard, and it's really good. Listen to it sometime. So, it's on my iPod, and sometimes it comes on. I'll just listen to it. Richard Marx. Cuts like a knife. Is that Bryan Adams? He does everything I do. I do it for you from Robin Hood. I loved Robin Hood when that came out. Christian Slater was in it. And what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? I'm not thinking of Kevin Costner, by the way. I'm thinking of Snape from Harry Potter. Yep, Travis Barker's he's like part owner of Crossroads Vegan Restaurant, LA. Yeah, Steve-O's not anymore, and I didn't like his rebuttal towards it. um Yeah, we'll do movie trivia again sometime. Arch enemy, the vocalist is an animal activist. Lisa. She messaged me when I was in Montreal and said she was doing a show. So when I was doing a veg fest, and when I was done, I went over to the show, and I went backstage and I met her, and then I watched her show. That was pretty awesome. And so is her boyfriend, Doyle, of the Misfits, and I met him as well. Yeah, Alan Rickman. That's who. Yes, Alan Rickman. Oh, we're like a little bit of a delay here. Elisa actually did a shout out for me when I was doing my Kickstarter. So there's a video of her shouting out my the movie. Not surprised, Mantis. Yes, Doyle has protein powder, and he's ripped. Your little cousin loves the Dr. Prager's chicken tenders. Awesome. Yeah, they're pretty good. Cuts like a knife is Bryan Adams. Cuts like a knife. What's the logo on my sweatshirt? I'll give you a hint. It's a state in the United States of America. What state is it? It's on the East Coast. Northeast. Yes, it is Maine. It's Maine. Went to a little shop down there in Maine and grabbed this. Danzig is definitely not vegan. Nope. That's right, Linda got it. I'm not even in Maine. I'm in New York. But I'm going to get going soon. So any last questions before I go? Let's see. What time is it right now? 10 o'clock. I was born this day 10 hours ago and 47 years. 47 years and 10 hours ago. Yep. Bryan Adams was your first big concert? For me, it would have been Shelter. The one that we already talked about. It's been so long that I'm like, I don't remember if it's McDonald's or Burger King, but one of them, their fries are packed in chicken lard, and I think it might be McDonald's, but I'm not 100% on that. If you go to Boston, Red White Ramen's all vegan and it has the best ramen ever. Never had that. The best ramen I've personally had is in California called Ramen Hood. Super good. Don't go break. Now I'm going to have that song in my head. How old am I really if I'm immortal? Well, just add 100 to that. So I'm 147. But then again, it's been so long, I don't know. I kind of keep track after the first 100 years. That might be true, Denny, and that he might be, I think he's from that area. Thank you, Trenny. Thank you for that happy birthday super chat. Oh, give to my mom to make a new cake. Yeah. All right. Here, Mom. Make it again without the caramel. Thank you. Recycled. You're in Boston. Cool. Go check it out. Do you go to Veggie Galaxy? There's also an ice cream shop there. I forget what it's called. Yeah, Ramen Hood's awesome. The name, everything. JCC, thank you. Thank you for the follow. If I ever go to Boston, I don't normally go to Boston, but it's only like, 5 hours away. But Red White. Ramen. I had to read that twice to figure that out. Nice one, Race. Well, so that would be like our truffle's vegan because you have to use a dog. So truffle themselves would be, yes, vegan, but are using an animal to do that. So if you can get it without using the animal, that's one thing. I wouldn't do it just because you're using the animal to do it or whatever. Yes, FOMO is, yeah, that's the place I was at. Thanks, Connor. Oh, Veggie Galaxy was on Diners, Drives, and Dives. I always wanted to do a vegan version of that. Kind of was doing it with all the restaurants I went to, but I wanted to be more organized with it. Is Veggie Galaxy in Cambridge? I know one of them was in Cambridge. There was something in Cambridge that went out of business. Oh, his picture's on the wall? Awesome. Hey, Holly, thank you so much for that super chat. Let's see. Happy birthday, Chris. Thank you. Thanks for keeping us entertained and inspired all these years. Thank you. That means a lot. Do I have any travel plans anytime soon? I'm supposed to be going to California for Expo West, which is in March. And I signed up. I didn't get a plane ticket or a place to stay yet. So I'm supposed to be going there with Craig. No Egg Craig. What's something that's made me smile the most today? Probably my niece Charlotte. Whenever I go over there, she just comes over and jumps up on my lap, and she's funny. And probably my nephew Christopher. He's only a few months old. I heard Champs is going out of business. New York City. Yeah, Peter, that was my idea. That's what I wanted to do. I even pitched that to the Food Network when they asked me to interview, and then they got back to me. We did a FaceTime interview, and they said, if you could, what would you do? And I said, I'd want to do a vegan version of your Driver's Dine-Ins and Dives. And they asked me if Guy Fieri would be up to it, would I want to do that with him? And I said, yeah, that'd be awesome. If we went to only vegan places, that would be awesome. So, but then I never heard back from him. I was going to do a Kickstarter with John a long time ago and do our own version of it, but he didn't want to travel and do any of that. And that was before I was really, oh, look who's calling me. I can't really answer right now. Well, maybe I can. Hold on. Here we go. Hey, Craig, I'm live right now. You're live with me.
I was just calling to wish you happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, man.
I totally thought that I texted you that earlier today, and I didn't.
Oh, no. I don't know if you did. I didn't.
Facebook messages.
You
know what I think it was? I think I was going to text it to you, and then I ended up sending you something funny I found on Facebook, and then that distracted me from wishing you a happy birthday.
I could see that happen, and that would happen to me, too. I go to find something, and I see something else, and I'm like, wait, what was I doing?
Yeah, it is pretty fun. It's pretty cool, actually. Not so much funny, but yeah, anyway.
Awesome. Are you in San Diego still?
So now I'm in Houston before I head home.
Houston. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, have fun, and yeah, I'm live right now, so I'll talk to you soon.
All right, dog.
All right, cool.
Have fun on your stream.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. My friend Craig. We're bros. Where are we here? So he's in Houston. Anybody here in Houston? Yeah, I want to go to Expo. I just got to... That's funny. I was just talking about Craig, and he called me. Brooke, you love the stream? Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to get going as well. But thank you all for the happy birthday wishes, and thank you for the super chats. And I'll be having a birthday vlog video for you in the next, hopefully tomorrow. And other than that, have a great night. Watch out for zombies and eat lots of vegan food. Talk to you guys soon. Good night.